Hello and welcome to Filter Kaapi for the most accurate, reliable and fact-based information from the world of education. My name is T.S. Sudhir. Now, who will take the decision on when the JEE mains and the NEET examinations as well as the board examinations will be conducted in 2021? The second question is, who will decide whether the syllabus should be reduced for the JEE mains and the NEET in 2021? And the answer to both the questions is Education Minister of India, Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank. As we know, on the 10th of December, he is going to have a live interaction with students, parents and teachers, the stakeholders in the entire system, right? We do also know that Dr. Vinit Joshi, who is the Director General of NTA, had said that the JEE January edition, the JEE Mains January edition will now be held sometime in the month of February. But then it would have meant that the notification for that should have been issued sometime now. He said it around the 20th of November, if I remember right. So the notification should have been out by now. It has not been, so we do not know. So most likely, the final decision on that will be taken only after the live interaction on the 10th of December. So that's the first thing students need to know, all the stakeholders need to know. Now, I have been speaking to people who understand the entire ecosystem. I've been speaking to educators who also understand how this entire system will work and some of the inside goings as to what is really the thinking of the Education Ministry, of the NTA and the CBSE. Okay, so I will just go through it point by point, 5 quick points, no wastage of time, seedhi baat, no bakwas. Okay, any decision on when the JEE mains and NEET will be conducted cannot be taken in isolation. It will have to be in sync with when the CBSE board examinations for class 12 in particular will be conducted. Okay, because obviously you cannot bombard every exam on the students at the same time, so you need to space it out. Normally what happens is that everyone knows that sometime after the 15th of February is when the CBSE 12th class board exams start. So which is why the JEE mains takes place in January and the second edition takes place in April. The NEET takes place on the first Sunday of May of every year. But this year, because of the extraordinary situation that we are in, everything has gone for a toss. The CBSE is not sure whether they can conduct the examination from the 15th of February. So first the CBSE has to take a call. That's what is important. And only when the NTA knows, the Education Ministry knows what is the CBSE's mind, the rest of the entire examination system, the examination schedule can really be decided and rolled out. Now, let's now then come to what is likely to happen as far as the CBSE is concerned. Now, many schools, and they have been in the process of seeking feedback from many schools. I know about that. Now, some schools, in fact, many schools have said that they can conduct the examinations in the second half of March or running into April. Okay, the CBSE schools have said they will be ready. There are some schools which have said that because the CBSE has changed the format of the question paper quite drastically, introducing a lot of multiple choice questions, which they say students need to familiarize themselves and also practice a lot before they can take the examination. Therefore, the examination should be postponed by a significant period of time so that the students get more time to practice with those kind of MCQ based, application based question papers. Okay, and I think that's a relevant point, right? So, so there are these two schools of thought which will all the feedback is coming to the Education Minister. Okay. One thing is, however, certain that CBSE will not conduct online examination, at least as on today while I'm recording this on the 6th of December 2020. They do not want to conduct online classes, online exams, because they feel one, it will be difficult to prevent cheating. That's number one. The bigger concern is that in many places where there is a network issue in a country like India, it would be putting a lot of students at a disadvantage. So they don't want to undertake online examinations. The board exams will be offline in the physical form like it happens every time, which would mean that they need to really ensure the standard operating procedures, the entire COVID-19 protocol, health protocols are put in place. Okay. The third point is about elections in 5 states: Bengal, Assam, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Puducherry. These 5 states will have their elections, assembly elections, in the month of April and May, spilling into May. Now, what happens during elections, as you would be aware, is that many schools are the polling stations, right? Which would mean that handing over the school premises to the Election Commission of India a few days in advance, not just on the day of polling, a few days in advance. And you know it for a fact that especially in states like Bengal, in view of the sensitive law and order situation, it is generally a many phase poll, sometimes a 4, 5, 6 day phase poll. So it will be spread out. So it cannot happen that you can say that, okay, if it gets finished in 1 or 2 days, we can conduct the examinations on the other days. It will be spread out over a month. So that will make it very difficult. So they will have to coordinate also with the Election Commission of India because of the state assembly elections in 5 states. So also the second point is that many school teachers are also deployed as polling personnel. You know, they are the officials, the polling officers in many polling stations. So that also will have to be borne in mind by Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank, the Education Minister. So it's an elaborate coordination exercise that needs to be done. No one will tell you all these things because you students also need to realize that, you know, it's not a decision that one person can take in isolation. The entire thing has to be coordinated before any final dates can be announced. The Education Minister, I'm told, is also taking feedback from people he knows who are on the ground. Now, these may include people of the Bharatiya Janata Party, of his own party. It could mean any other professionals who also understand what is the situation on the ground. People like educators who are in constant touch with the students to understand what is the mindset of the students. So, all that feedback is also being collected right now by the Union Education Ministry. Now, finally, what is the feedback as far as the syllabus for JEE and NEET is concerned? Now, some students have written to the minister saying that please do not reduce the syllabus because we have already prepared. Okay, we have already prepared well, and this is particularly true, I am told, of droppers who have kind of the last year, even though the circumstances were not really conducive, but they have got more time to prepare the syllabus. So they do not want to kind of now the syllabus to be reduced because they would have already kind of gone through much of the entire syllabus already once or more than once, right? But there are others who feel that because you have been kind of depending on online learning this particular year, so it won't be fair to kind of retain the entire syllabus, but you should reduce it by a bit. Okay, I can tell you that the percentage of the second category is more than the percentage of the first category. So that's again a decision that the minister has to take. He has already instructed the NTA, the National Testing Agency, to look into this entire matter. But I can tell you, it is not a decision that the NTA will take. As far as the JEE mains syllabus is concerned, it will be the IITs which will come into the picture. Similarly, for NEET, it will be the medical professionals who will come into the picture as regards the syllabus. NTA is basically the organizing and conducting agency of these two high profile big entrance examinations. But if they do reduce the syllabus, they will have to kind of look at what can be cut out, what can be left out, right? And that's again something which they will have to do, keeping the students' best interest in mind. So that's as far as this entire situation is concerned, what is likely to happen. December 10th, his session will be live both on Twitter and Facebook. So we will probably get an idea about what the minister has to say and what it will really mean both for the subject, for the issue of the dates of the two exams and the board exams, as well as the syllabus for both JEE mains as well as NEET whenever they are held. Thank you very much for watching. Do stay tuned to Filter Kaapi as we bring you the right information, the accurate information, news you can rely on. Thank you very much for watching.